Hisoka Morow is a hunter and former member number 4 of the Phantom Troop. His physical strength ranked 3rd in the group. He is always in search for strong opponents, and would spare those who have great potential, such as Gon and Killua, in order for them to get strong enough to actually challenge him. He originally served as the primary antagonist of the Hunter Exam arc and the Heavens Arena arc, before becoming a supporting character during the York News City arc and Greed Island arc. During the 13th Hunter Chairman election arc, he reprises his role as a secondary antagonist. Hisoka's weapon of choice is a set of ordinary French playing cards, which he uses in combat to lethal effects by wielding or throwing them in conjunction with his shoe. The cards have white borders, with a checkered pattern composed by small, light and dark fuchsia squares. Hisoka is portrayed as entirely self-serving, self-absorbed, and selfish. He does whatever he likes as long as it pleases him in some way. His insatiable love for spilling the blood of powerful fighters in combat, and his enjoyment of extreme pain while doing so fuels his seemingly sadomasochistic desires. In order for them to grow to their full potential, so as to improve the pleasure of killing them later, Hisoka allows the main protagonists to live in situations wherein he is easily able to kill them. Likewise, he grows excited to meet new people he deems worthy of fighting or anyone with the potential to be a good fighter and entertain him in the future. The thrill of fighting strong nin users in tactical battles and near-death experiences is an orgasmic experience for him. It is likely one of the reasons why he goes out of his way to find new toys to play with. If they break, he either loses interest or kills them before going out to find more potential prey. With his manipulative and self-centered nature, Hisoka is essentially a murderous sociopath. While he does like Gon, Killua, and many others, he has stated that for him, what is valuable one day could easily become trash the next, and he will not hesitate to kill anyone should they not meet his standards. He does not care for what has happened in the past, as he is only interested in what could be amusing to him in the future or present. While Hisoka's nature tends to be malevolent, he isn't an indiscriminate killer. He has no problems killing anyone regardless of age or sex. However, he only kills people who are in his way or those he deems worthy. As such, his character is more simply amoral than flat-out evil. He even assists the protagonists if there is fun in doing so, or if it will make them stronger, leading to a more entertaining fight in the future. Above all else, Hisoka cares only about having fun and a good challenge which may or may not involve killing people. He has a nasty habit of skipping out on spider meetings. He also can be a whimsical liar and has a tendency to freak out or play cruel jokes on his victims. Just witnessing their uncomfortable expressions because of him getting under their skin pleases him. His chaotic nature is inherent in everything he does and makes him dangerously unpredictable. A teenage Hisoka is found beaten on the side of the road by circus ringmaster Morotonio in Glam Gas Land. Hisoka found himself to be a natural performer, showcasing highly competent feats of dexterity such as juggling batons. He quickly becomes respected and feared within the circus. One day, he notices a thin film around Morotonio, which Morotonio reveals to be his aura. Morotonio then begins training Hisoka in the art of nin. Hisoka develops his nin in a matter of days, while the norm would be a year. He begins more complex training in nin, discovering that his nin type is transmutation. One day, a fellow performer, Abaki, is attacked by the serial killer John Doe, but Hisoka rescues her. He slices her assailant's eye, but believes that eye to have been fake. After this, he begins developing his nin ability. Some days later, he performs in front of the head of the Glam clan, authority of Glam Gas Land. After the performance, he confronts Morotonio outside where he accuses him of being John Doe. Morotonio confesses, and the two begin a duel. Morotonio seemed to have the advantage at first, but Hisoka, having developed Gyo, manages to figure out that Morotonio transmutes his aura into magnetic bars which crush the opponent. Hisoka uses his newly created nin ability, Bungee Gum, to send the poles flying back to Morotonio, killing him. Hisoka has displayed a morbid attraction to fight powerful fighters, or people with nin who have the potential to become strong, which is expressed through barely repressible murderous tendencies. Neither age nor gender do seem to influence his desire to fight them. He has expressed a desire to fight or kill random victims just to satiate his bloodlust. After his defeat at the hands of Krallo, Hisoka's sociopathic nature has taken itself to worse heights by vowing to kill all the members of the Phantom Troop, even if they were defenseless, and claiming he will no longer let his opponents fight in their preferred conditions. However, he did temporarily spare Maki, who has been an implied interest of Hisoka's as a potential opponent he likes to flirt with or as a romantic interest, although he stated it was so she could warn the troop of his intentions. Hisoka often exhibits androgynous characteristics throughout the series, manifested in his wearing of women's shoes and using an alluring speech style typically reserved for females in Japanese. In the manga, he ends nearly every sentence with a suit symbol. Despite his calm and composed personality, he can express his emotion comically in some situations. An example is when Gon becomes honest and rather innocent about his question of why Hisoka was in Greed Island. Another example is his stunned face when he learns he could not fight Krallo after Kurapika's judgment chain. Hisoka is a surprisingly complex, creatively written, and vastly entertaining character, and stands as one of my all-time favorite fictional characters. In truth, I realized Hunter x Hunter was truly something special only when the Hunter exam arc began putting more focus on him. Though in closing, I think we can actually take away a constructive bit of advice from Hisoka as we go into the new year. Hisoka knows who he is and what he wants. Hisoka has learned to accept the good and bad in himself and not be held back by doubt or shame. Furthermore, whatever Hisoka has set his mind to, he wholeheartedly pursues until he has it in his hands, unless of course he has decided it is something not worth holding.